Now it's time to demonstrate some other tapping points and routines that you may find useful on occasion. I'm assuming, however, in this demonstration that you've already thoroughly familiarized yourself with the written descriptions in the tutorial that preceded this video. With that in mind, we're going to start with the finger points, and the finger points are located obviously on the fingers, but I'm going to zoom in here so you can see these points clearly. Okay, now that we've zoomed in here, we're going to take a close-up look at these points. The first one is going to be what we call the thumb point, and that is located right at the base of the nail on the outside of your thumb. That is, when you're holding your hand, as I'm holding it here, it's the side of your thumb closest to your nose. And the point on the side, right there by the base of the nail, and instead of using two fingertips, like we usually suggest, and you can certainly use for two fingertips, I usually just use one for convenience, and I just tap across there like that. Okay. The rest of the points are very easy because they're located in similar places. For the index finger, for example, it's on this same side of the finger, right even with the base of the nail, and I just tap right there. So you can tap along with me, make it a little easier for you to memorize. Okay. The next point is a similar position on the middle finger. It's on the side of the finger closest to the nose, and it's right even with the base of the nail, and just tap right there. And the little finger, same thing, right even with the base of the nail, right there. And that's it for the finger points. Pretty easy. The next point is called the liver point. We don't use it very often, but it could come in handy sometime. If you're stuck, you just throw it in and see what happens. And that point for the male is located about 1 inch below the nipple. So you would just tap right there. Simple enough. You could do in either side. It's one of these twin points we talked about. You use both hands if you want, or just one. For the ladies, it can be socially awkward. It's located in the same place, and the way, depending on how the lady is built, you may have to lift the breast, and it's where the underskin of the breast attaches to the chest wall. It would be the same point here. Can be socially awkward for the ladies. I don't find the liver point necessary for most cases, but again, you might want to throw it in if you're stuck and not going anyplace in your session. The next point is called the wrist point, and it's located in the middle of the wrist on the underside, about where the wristwatch would go across. You could either tap with two fingertips right along there. Some people just want to take and slap it like that. That's another way to do it. And it's located on both sides of the body. If you find occasion to use this, you might want to just do something like this, bang them together. Finally, I'm going to demonstrate for you the 9-gamut procedure. This is a brain balancing technique. We used to have it as a major part of the basic recipe, but we found it just wasn't useful all that often. But when it is useful, it is really useful. I've usually found it useful on things like cerebral palsy or other issues where there is a brain dysfunction going on. It can be useful in other cases as well, so sometimes you just take this off the shelf and throw it in if you seem to be stuck. Now, let me point out where this is. There's a point that you tap while you do a bunch of things with your eyes and your voice and so on to stimulate certain parts of your brain. But let me show you where the point is first, and I'm gonna zoom in here so you can see it clearly. Okay. Now, if you hold up one of your fists like I'm doing here, and put your finger on the base knuckle of the little finger, and then go over to the base knuckle of the ring finger, and go in between those, you'll see there's a little soft spot in there, and then go back down towards your wrist about 1 inch, and there's a little soft spot in there, and you take two fingertips and just tap right there. That's called the gamut point, and that you tap continuously while you do a series of things. So let me zoom out here for a moment, and then I'll show you what the rest of this is. Whoops, there we go. Okay, You could tap, like I said, with the two fingers. Another thing you can do is just slap the back of your a hand like that about where that point is. And that's another way to get it, probably easier for a lot of people. I tend to do this, but you might want to do that. Now, while you're tapping that, you do several things to stimulate the brain. Whenever you move your eyes, your brain gets stimulated in certain ways. And if you tune into something creative, like humming a song, that will stimulate the right side of your brain. And if you do something digital like counting, that will stimulate the left side of your brain. So there's 9 things that we do here, one after the other, all the time while we tap this. And it just helps us brain balancing and can be useful from time to time. So let me just show you how that goes. I'm going to be tapping this point. And as I do that, I'm going to close my eyes. You might want to do this with me. That's one of the procedures. Then you open your eyes, and then you leave your head steady, and you look hard down to your right. And then you leave your head steady and look hard down to the left. And then you roll your eyes around in a circle clockwise, and then you roll your eyes in a circle the other way. And then you hum, happy birthday. Then you count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you hum again, happy birthday. Now, that's it for the 9 gamut. The last part of it, often you'll see where we count first and then hum, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes happy birthday really causes a problem because people have had unhappy birthdays, so you may want to hum some other song that you like. Mary Had a Little Lamb, for example, or some other song that is pleasant to you. That's it for the 9 gamut. It's a simple enough procedure, but I'm gonna do it one more time for you quickly, and this is the way it's usually done. Now, you're a beginner at this, and you may not be able to follow with me as quick as I'm doing it. But if you try to follow along and then wind this back and do it over and over again, you'll go through it quickly like that eventually. Okay, so here we go. Here's the 9 gamut. Close my eyes, open my eyes, hard down right, hard down left, roll them in a circle, other way. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Doesn't take very long to do once you've had it memorized. Okay, that's it for the alternative, the other tapping points and routines.